I'm Maria Ryder, also known as the Pleasure Principle. I'm here today to talk about pause and marinate. So, what this means is that when we are looking to cultivate something new in our lives or a feeling or an experience that we want more of, that we look for the times when it has happened in the past and really drop into the experience, like bring that full memory back into your body through all five senses. So, really drop into the experience through sight, through sound, through taste, through smell, through touch. Give yourself the embodiment of that experience, which is the marinating part. So pause in what you're doing and marinate in it. So we can do that with experiences from the past, but we can also do it with experiences as they're happening. So in your present life, something happens, something comes up, maybe that you're super proud of, that you did a great job and it felt really good. You felt lit up. You felt like this is what I'm here to do. This means so much to me. It's so important. I want more of this in my life. Take the time to pause in that and to really feel it, to soak it into your bones, to let it seep into every cell in your body, to nourish yourself with it. Again, stepping into the five senses, feel it, taste it, touch it, smell it, hear it, see it, right? All five senses online, that activates and lights up our whole brain. And when we marinate in these experiences of what we want to create more of, we make space in our system for it. We normalize it into our bodies and our lives. We are more attuned to it so that as it happens, each time it happens, we're collecting the evidence of the possibility. So one example that I'll give you that's happening for me and that my colleagues reminded me to pause and marinate in, because as you may know, we all need reminders to take our own medicine. So I, for a long time, held a very clear and strong belief that I could not have a successful business and a successful marriage at the same time, that they were mutually exclusive, that I had to constantly choose. I had to choose between working on my business or being with my spouse or my family. I had to choose where my energy was going, where my time was going. There were literally times when that was true, right? Do I, you know, book clients, or do I book time, go do something fun with my family? Do I reschedule, a commitment that I made to myself around showing up or working on a project within my business? Or do I go, do something with my husband? So my system was really, really good at collecting evidence of how that was true. Every time it happened, I was like, look, there it is again. See, it's totally true. It's one or the other. You can't have both. It's one or the other. You can't have both. And recently, in the last couple of months, that has been shifting, that has been changing. There has been thriving in both areas, in my family and my partnership and my marriage, as well as in my business. And my brain, didn't let me see it clearly. My brain didn't say, like, oh, look, see, there's new evidence. No, I had to have someone else reflect it back to me and say, hey, wait a minute, look, do you see what's happening? Do you see that you're shifting your belief system? And I was like, oh, okay. Two things came up. One, pause and marinate. Really let that soak in the reality of what's happening in my life right now, the feeling of it. How does it feel to have that new belief system? How does it feel to have the experience of having both? And again, through the five senses, like really soak in it, like take the time to soak in it every day, and start collecting evidence of the new belief system. So this is another piece, and I probably will do a separate video about the actual data collection. But just for now, know that our brains are wired to look for evidence of all the negative things, of all the dangers, of all the rejection. Our brain is wired to protect us, and it thinks it's protecting us by sending up all the warning signals of the things that are going wrong, the things that are dangerous, or yeah. So when we choose, when we want to come up with and embody and really take into our system a new belief system, we have to consciously, actively collect the evidence for the new thought pattern, for the new belief being true, because your brain will not do it. Your brain will keep collecting the other evidence for how it's not true. So we have to consciously do that. So I'll make a separate video about what that looks like and how to do that. But for today, we're talking about pause and marinate. So those yummy, delicious feelings, when they happen in your life, when things are going well, take the time to stop and really let them soak into your whole system. Journal about it, talk about it, make a video about it, ask your friends and loved ones to remind you of it, but really like let it soak into your system and take note of it. You will need to come back to it. You will need to tap back into that in the future. There will be times when the self-doubt will come back, the self-criticism will come back, the old belief systems will come back, all the naysays and no's will come back. And having taken the time to collect the data, to record it, to have it be a part of your system, to really like soak in it, you can come back to that later on to remind you of what it really looks like and what's possible. So that is Pause and Marinate from The Pleasure Principle.